a nice sounding track. Pretty catchy, right? You're probably wondering, why is it so catchy? You know one of the reasons why it's so catchy? It's because Joel Jimenez is drumming on that track. That's right. He's actually the drummer on the whole Pat Reagan and the Baby Boys album, which that song is from. That song is called Everybody's Buying It. Highly recommend you check that out. Joel Jimenez, Joelberg from Kill Tony, is the guest on Jeremiah Wonders today, and I could not be more excited to share this with you. I know I always say that, guys, but again, a lot of love went into this episode. Joel's one of my best friends. I work with him every week on Kill Tony, and it was a lot of fun to be able to hang out with him in a different capacity and kind of interview him. I got to know him a little bit more. You guys will get to know him more on this episode, and it's super fun. You're probably wondering why it sounds like I might be whispering a little bit. It's because I am, just a little bit. I am in Phoenix, Arizona right now recording this intro, and everybody's asleep. It's 4:14 in the morning, and I want to make sure that this episode gets out in time. I'm recording on Sunday, and I wanted it to come out in time by Monday. So yeah, I want you guys to get your Jeremiah Wonders fix on time. But I had a good week, guys. I hope you guys have been having a good week so far. We'll get into the Joel episode very soon. I got some cool segments and things planned before we get into that. But had a good week. I wanted to share some things that are going on right now in my life with you guys. I did some spring cleaning with my wife, and that was, I haven't done spring cleaning in years, and it was a freaking task. Trying to get the life in order, and sometimes you got to start at the home base and then make sure everything else is in order from that point on. But one of the things I did this week was I was going through a lot of old stuff. And as you know, on this podcast recently, I was hooked up by Bronx Born Pizza with new equipment, and Jeremiah Wonders are going to have video soon that's going to be released on YouTube. Very excited about that. Getting closer and closer to doing like at least a beta test soon of an episode. And so I had an old, Mac G5 tower that had been sitting next to my desk that I hadn't really been using for years. And I got like a keyboard together, a mouse, the tower, and I threw it up on Facebook. I said, hey, I want to give this away. I want to donate this. I want, that was what I wanted to do for my kindness challenge this week. I want to give somebody like an older computer of mine, because I got blessed with a new computer. So why not? Why not give to somebody else who's in need of it? So as soon as I posted it, got a lot of comments. People started messaging me, hey, can you donate it to this organization? Hey, I'm a student. This would really help me out. Could I use it? Because it had editing software on it, like Final Cut Pro and different stuff like that. And I just told myself I was just going to give it to the first person that I personally knew. And it was an old buddy who was a comic friend of mine from back in the day. I used to do a lot of open mics with him. He hit me up. He said he could pick it up later that day before I went to drive to Phoenix the next morning. And it felt good, guys. He picked it up. He said he needed it. And I hooked it up. Gave him some Steak-'em coupons left over from the Weight Gain Challenge and some other random electronics that were in my house that I was trying to give away and pay forward. And it's so funny. I think that he actually needed it, but it was just one of the funny visuals. Like, people are hitting me up telling me how they really need it for school and their organizations and different stuff that all are very worthy causes. And I help him out to his car, and he's driving a Corvette. It was just one of those things where it's like, well, I guess the early bird gets the worm. You know what I mean? He was the first one, and he said he needed it. So I wanted to, I didn't see the Corvette, and I was like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to give this to somebody else. But I hope that he gets good use out of it. But it was just one of those funny things where it's like, I don't know why, but I imagined like it was going to be like a really crappy car or something. And it's a Corvette. Anywho, it's working. The kindness challenge is freaking working, guys. Speaking of cars, I actually have to figure out something with my car. So I've always been on my mom's insurance plan in Kansas, and she just updated it because she got married a while ago, so she had to put her new husband on and stuff like that. And they found out that I'm married now, and now I have to get my own insurance, which is no longer Kansas, and I'd switch my tags and get new registration, all that stuff. And my car is so old that I don't even know if it's worth to update it because it's going to fail a smog check. The catalytic converter is already done on that thing. I don't know what's the smarter thing for me to do is, maybe lease a new car or try to buy I want to get like a Prius or something that's efficient on gas. I also don't have a lot of money though. So if you have any advice for me, if you're a car person, tell me what you think I should do, because I'm all ears. And I also have to do it in the next 72 hours because the insurance is going to lap on Wednesday. So there you go. That's going to be something fun to deal with at the beginning of this week. But I went to Phoenix, like I said, with the Kill Tony crew this weekend, and I wanted to do something special for Joel, because Joel's one of my best friends. And like I did on the Pat Reagan episode, I asked a couple people what they thought about Joel. And Joel is a big part of Kill Tony, so I wanted to start by asking what Tony Hinchcliffe thought of our friend Joel Jimenez.
Every once in a while in this, art form and business of comedy and goofing around and having fun, you get to meet somebody really special and really cool, and it inspires you because you get to watch them and they remind you of you, and it reminds you of where you were and what you have and how promising someone can be or whatever. And Joelberg is one of those guys that inspires me just as much as Richard Pryor or Jim Carrey, because I see a guy that's funny and that has a spark and has a natural, intangible talent for making people laugh, and it's priceless. It only happens once every many years where you find someone like that who's fucking hilarious, who's cool, who gets it, who listens and can make jokes based off of what's right in front of them. And ever since he started on Kill Tony, people started chanting his name, and he became his own character and huge part of the show, because when you're really funny, that's just the type of respect that you get. And there's a lot of justice in this world for people like Joelberg, where people can find comedy from anywhere, and it's coming at you from 1,000 different directions. And then all of a sudden there's this underdog who's, all of a sudden doing live shows in front of 100 people plus instead of working at a skate park. And he's got a chance, and he's taking the ball and he's running with it. And I think it inspires everybody, including myself. So here you go. It's Joelberg.
Man, I loved hearing all that nice stuff from Tony. He may get a rap as a guy who roasts people, and who could be this personality that could be mean to other people in that roasting vein, a tough guy. But he's like, man, he's been so good to me and Joel and everybody affiliated with Kill Tony, and just any friends in the comedy scene in general. So I really appreciate those kind words that Tony said about Joel Jimenez. And I want to ask our boy Patty Reagan what he thought about Joel Jimenez.
I first met Joel at an open mic, and he came up to me and he said, "Man, I hear drum beats to your songs, and if you ever want someone to play music with, I'm your guy," basically. And then we stayed in touch, and we were friends, and booked like a time in like a practice studio, and we had like some initial practices, and then ever since then we've literally just spent so much time together. It's insane. Like, I was his ride for to and from so much stuff that we did together, and we've made so much stuff together. He's unbelievably talented. He's a multi-hyphenate, I mean, he can make art, and he's hilarious just in conversation. He makes everyone around him, he brings light into a room, he brings light around people. And yeah, I love you, Joel.
I know I've done bad things.
And finally, I want to ask Brian Redband what he thought of Joel Jimenez. I want to round out, get a Kill Tony vibe, so you guys get a feel for what, you know Joel from the Kill Tony show, so I want you guys to know what, the cast of Kill Tony thinks of Joel. So let's round it out with Brian Redband.
Joel is an interesting guy. Like, one of the biggest egos of any guy I've ever met. Like, I remember one of the first times I ever talked to him, he was talking about himself. He actually said, "I've never seen a greater monster or miracle than myself." And I'm like, that's an ego on a guy. One good thing about him, though, is that he's one of the only friends I have that doesn't look bad without his shirt on. He has a really good shaved body, like no hair at all, dark nipples. And like when he dresses up as a girl, which he often does on the show Kill Tony, I'm actually I stand back and I go, man, if it wasn't for that fucking ego, we could turn this guy around. But no, he's a good guy, man. I love Joel. He's mostly sorry on Twitter because of his ego. Mostly sorry that you haven't met him earlier, But he's a good one.
Red Band. It was so hard for me to not laugh while he was saying all that stuff, such ridiculous stuff. And I thought it was such a funny, perfect way to contrast what Tony and Pat said about Joel. It was beautiful. This episode today is brought to you by Bronx Born Pizza. They hooked me up with that equipment. I'm forever grateful to Thomas Schiffer for helping me out. And like I said, video will be coming soon. So check them out at Bronx Born Pizza on Instagram. My buddy Gino over at Speedweed, of course. With that sticky, that ganja, that green, the blue, the whole thing that make you feeling good on that green. Gets you to where you need to be with that marijuana delivery service. Hit up at Speedweed on Twitter. And OG sponsor, another one, Joe's Pizza, LA. On Sunset in West Hollywood, right next to the Comedy Store. Grab a slice. They sponsor the Pizza Party segment every week. And this is an interesting one. We have a new sponsor to the show, at GDP_clothing on Instagram. Check out their page. They wanted me to do something special. They wanted me to surprise Joel with some t-shirts from their company. They sent a nice care package for the Kill Tony guys. And here's a segment where I surprised Joel with shirts from Great Dane Planet Clothing right before me, Pat, and Joel drove to Phoenix.
Walking towards Joel. Hey, Joel.
Yeah.
I've got a surprise for you.
Okay. Cool.
Our buddies from Great Dane Planet Clothing.
Dope. Hell yeah.
If you want to open it right now.
Yeah. Which one is?
They're all labeled.
Okay. Cool.
And you can read that.
Let me see. Hold this. Oh wait. Cool. So all right. Thank you so much for the love, brother. Just knowing you guys dig the threads makes my day. You, Pat, and Joel are a true inspiration. Thank you for keeping me smiling. Keep up all the hard work. Much love, Dylan. GDP. P.S. Please give the white long sleeve Pablo XL to my man Malcolm. Hell yeah. That's rad. Pat and Joel, baby. That's awesome, dude. What if you found out this is like where you found out I couldn't read? The letter.
I just can't read. You're struggling.
He says, "Hey, I hope you like the stuff."
What's that bottom?
Oh, shut the fuck up. That's awesome. I almost fell over. That's great.
What is that bottom one, Joel?
It's the Joelberg t-shirt.
Is that the first official Joelberg shirt that somebody made for you?
That's fucking sick, dude. Wow. Thanks a lot. That's amazing.
I loved hearing how happy Joel was to get his first Joelberg official t-shirt. That's a special moment in your career. Getting your own t-shirt, getting it from somebody who's sending it to you, who just appreciates and loves what you're doing. Man, that's a good feeling. I got a saxophone hat that I've been wearing a lot lately, and I want to thank Chantel over at Cambridge Offset Printing on Instagram. So nice of you to send that. And if you like all the posters for Jeremiah Wonders, give The Art of Getting Up, at The Art of Getting Up, my buddy Zoltan a follow on Instagram. He does all the flyers, and he did my podcast cover art. And he's a cool dude, based out of New York, that I met with Tony over the Monster Energy drink tour. He's a good dude. And I want to tell you about something that was kind of fun that we got to experience in Phoenix while we were there. Me, Joel Jimenez, and Pat Reagan. We got hit up by a Kill Tony fan and Jeremiah Wonders listener that is a comic based in Phoenix, and his name is Thomas Eppolito, and he could not have been nicer. He invited us over to his, he runs some different properties for his boss, and his boss was out of town, and he had access to his boss's mansion. and he took a video and posted it to Twitter and tagged me, Joel, and Pat on it. It's like, hey, if you guys want to hang out, there's a lazy river, there's a pool. Come hang out during the day. I'll hook it up. And Joel, Pat, and I, we didn't know if we were going to get murdered as soon as we got to this mansion. We're like, who knows? This could be it. But what a way to go out in a lazy river. 3 boys murdered in a lazy river. They kept circling round and round over and over again. Back to you in the studio. A sad, sad day for Kill Tony. Fans everywhere. Oh boy. But he could not have been nicer. He's a comic. He's hustling here in Phoenix. And it wasn't weird or anything. Tony and Red Band thought that it was going to be weird because somebody just hit us up randomly. But they're just being nice. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you put kindness out there and positive energy out there, and cool things happen to you. That was just such a random thing that happened. And dude, we laughed so much, and we had such a blast with Thomas. So give him a follow if you can at the Tommy Epps EPPS on Instagram. Good dude, good comic. Check it out. Up and coming. Yeah. But dude, we played basketball. We played putt-putt mini golf. We laid in the lazy river. We dived into a pool. There was a bookcase that opened up like a secret room. Are you kidding me? It was like a bro Disneyland. We ate pizza while we swam in the lazy river. I mean, what more do you want for a brocation? Oh my goodness. So that was very cool. I appreciate that kindness. And he did a kindness challenge without even knowing. But he hooked us up with Little Caesars, with pop. Man, I just had so much fun. So I had to thank that guy. And Joel is, man, it's so cool how appreciative Joel was of from Great Dane Planet Clothing. Check them out at greatdaneplanet.com. True Hustlers Apparel. I want to get into these dates, and then I want to get into this episode because the intro's been long. But a lot of cool stuff has been going on this week, guys. Let's get through some dates real quick. April 10th, that's Tuesday, this Tuesday. Stand Up on the Spot in the Belly Room. Joe Rogan, Josh Wolf, Marcella Arguello, Tony Hinchcliffe, your boy, Jeremiah Watkins. Come see that show. That's my baby. Stand Up on the Spot every second Tuesday of the month. Always new, always different. Material based off audience suggestions. It's the best. April 13th through 14th, we're recording the Reagan and Watkins album that weekend. 13th, 14th, 15th in Ventura. Cannot wait to share that with you guys. April 19th through 21st, I'll be in Moon Tower in Austin, Texas, doing stand-up on the spot, the goddamn comedy jam, and other stand-up spots, as well as Big J. Okerson's crowdwork show. And then April 27th and 28th, I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, with the Golden Pony, Tony Hinchcliffe, the Golden Goose, and the Golden Pony. Together once again. And Tony Hinchcliffe is also on the Stand Up on the Spot show on Tuesday, April 10th, so come to that. It was just it was such a good trip, and sometimes you get like really wound up like in the business, or you just get wound up with work. And there's this moment like whenever I went skateboarding this weekend with Joel and Pat, we're just listening to music and making each other laugh, and we just got done skating, and we're all like sweaty and hot, and like windows down, hot, muggy Arizona, dry weather, just all that swirling around. And I was like looking around, and like it may sound cheesy, but you get these moments every once in a while, like where you are just really grateful for like how things are going, because I truly feel like, and I'm grateful to you guys who listen to the podcast and support me. You're helping me live my dreams by, just the support that you've been throwing my way. And I get to go do comedy. I get to hang out with friends, and I could not be happier. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do, the awesome reviews that you've been doing on iTunes. Give me 5 stars and the awesome comments, and wherever you follow on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, whatever. I thank you. And thank you for spreading the word to your friends. It's really been showing. I've been going to different cities, and people have been coming up to me in a lot of different cities and saying that they have been enjoying the podcast. So thank you. So without further ado, I want to get into this podcast episode with Joel Jimenez. I absolutely love this guy. You know him as Joelberg. I know him as one of my best pals. Please welcome to the show on Jeremiah Wonders, Joel Jimenez. Basically, Joel and I will have a phone call almost every Sunday or Monday where we're like, do we know what we're being this week? We haven't really talked to the other guys yet. And we'll start sending text chains around like, what characters do we want to be this week? What do we want to do? For those of you who don't listen to Kill Tony, we improvise brand new characters every single week and commit to those characters for an entire episode in front of a live audience. And sometimes it goes amazingly, and then other times we're like, oh, we might not bring that character back. We just recently started in this last, I feel like, 6 months or so, having like recurring characters that we're like, oh, we really liked playing these people. We're going to bring them back.
Yeah, or something's a hit or so. And I think you're really good at, I kind of go to you for, you're good at like being like, oh, we did that too soon, or we got to throw them off this week. That they're maybe, they know we're going to do something, so let's do something complete opposite. I think you're like really good at that.
Yeah, because I never like people who they've guessed correctly a couple times, and I freaking hate that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's no way. Like whenever we did the cat burglars, there was some holiday that we were near, and I'm like, oh, you're not gonna get this.
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar.
People love that too. I see people still comment that on your.
That might be one that might come back. We'll see.
Cool. Yeah. Also, if you're not listening to Kill Tony,
what are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Also, if you're not listening to Kill Tony, you probably don't know who Joel is at all. He's a very funny stand-up comedian, but I feel like most people know you through that show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Like a lot of like the Instagram and Twitter following and stuff, like are passionate Kill Tony fans.
Yeah, I'm grateful, man. I can't believe. I don't know. It's crazy.
Is it weird sometimes?
No, it's never weird. I love it. When somebody asks me for a picture or something, it's like, dude, I'm just fucking super grateful. And people have been almost across the board pretty nice. And no, it's never weird. I love it.
I feel like there was a period of time where the band was getting a ton of hate. And I feel like we have gotten, maybe we're just getting better at doing the format of the show, or we finally won them over.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot less like hate for the band, even in like online. Sometimes like I'll still look and they'll be like,
for sure,
tell the band to shut up, they're out of control.
Yeah.
But
Joel needs to just play drums and stop trying to talk.
I mean, who's the unfunny gay guy with the saxophone?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm putting that lightly. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I try not to read those things usually, but
yeah,
whatever.
You used to work at a freaking skate park, right?
That's right, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I worked at a skate park. I skated from like 12 years old until I was like, I still do it every now and then, but.
I think we're getting a phone call. I think one of the kids that used to bully you at the skate park is calling in right now. Hello, caller.
Hey, dude. What's up, man?
Hey, you must have heard that Joel Jimenez was on the program today on Jeremiah Wonders.
Yeah, that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to call him, why don't you like Joel? Like, what's your beef with Joel?
I mean, dude, I hate authority, dude, and Joel's authority, and basically my dad's not around, so like fuck that guy, dude.
Okay, so I have to ask you, how old are you? Because you sound a little bit young.
I'm 37, dude.
You're 37
Yeah,
and
dude. Did I stutter, dude? I don't like you either now, dude.
okay, sorry, man. Well, you mentioned that your dad wasn't around. You're still hung up on that at
you're
37?
still hung up on me saying that, dude?
Yeah, I am actually.
Sorry, dude. Those kind of scars don't heal, dude. My knee might feel better after a few weeks of scraping it up, but my dad leaving, dude, it's a whole nother story, dude.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bring up that touchy subject. Why don't you like Joel? Is it because he has to enforce the rules of the skate park and tell you to wear a helmet and
Yeah,
stuff?
dude, rules suck, dude. Rules are anti everything I'm about, dude.
Do you have that on a shirt? Rules are anti everything I'm about.
Yeah, dude, I quit smoking weed when it was legal,
I think
dude.
I think that was an old Massimo t-shirt.
Dude, Massimo's my roommate, dude.
That's your roommate's
Yeah,
name?
he's Italian, dude. He fucking shreds, dude.
Oh, dude, I think Massimo might be calling in right now.
Hello? Massimo, what's up, dude? Hey, I heard you were talking about skateboarding and me and No Fear on the podcast. Dude, fucking no fear all day, dude. You're right, dude. And no fear, yes. Always no fear. Wow, I'm international now, dude. I got Massimo. You know how much I hate the Joel? Oh, dude, why don't you tell him, dude? He's right here listening. One time, I rocked to Fakey, yes, and I coming back down the ramp, and Joel says, you're not wearing a helmet, and he took me out of my element, and I fell, and it was the first time I rocked to Fakey in a long time.
Wow, I was there, Massimo, and you're right. I felt bad about that, but it was my job. I had to enforce helmets.
Also, I may have been one of the people that spray paint the vulgar things about you at the park.
Wait, that was you?
Yes.
Wow, Massimo, I thought I didn't know. That's
And also my friend Peter, who called in over there. Yeah, dude, that was me, dude. Fuck Joel, dude. Massimo and Peter. Dude, my favorite part, dude, was when we drew the giant dick on the half pipe.
You guys drew a dick on a half
Yeah,
pipe?
it was ridiculous. It was huge. It was a huge dick. Yeah.
So wait, you come into work and they spray painted this giant dick on the half pipe.
Yeah, and then they wrote "fuck Joel," and "fuck" was 6 feet long, and Joel was 6 feet tall.
Yeah, dude, I brought a ladder and everything.
Massimo
dude.
and Peter seem pretty proud about that. Did you have to clean that up, Joel?
I did actually. That's what sucked.
What kind of shame do you feel whenever you are having to scrub off a curse word that's directed at you negatively?
Dude, okay. So I show up.
How long did that take to get off?
Hours. The park was the park was closed
For the
and-
day?
Yeah.
Exactly. That is my planning exactly.
Dude, and so I get to work. It was overcast that day, and
No, I think we lost Massimo and Peter. Go
oh my
ahead.
God, dude, fuck them, dude. I get to work, and it's overcast, and I go walk into the park. I'm opening up, and I see this giant fuck Joel, and I was like, oh man. And I'm kind of just walking around the park, kind of checking in on everything, and I realize like they wrote it everywhere. And there's a huge dick on one of the ramps, and then it starts raining. And I brought a lunch, and the only place I could eat my lunch was underneath a tree facing all of the fuck Joels and the giant dick. So it was just like the saddest fucking lunch ever, dude. I was like, I'm just trying to reach these kids, man.
That reminds me of that System of a Down song. Did you ever listen to that song? Such a lonely day,
And it's mine.
the most loneliest day of my life.
Yeah, I love it. It's a good song.
Such a lonely day, shouldn't exist. It's a day that I'll never miss.
When I became the son, I showed my It's a different song, I know.
Oh, man. On Pat's episode, we broke into System of a Down. I think there's some kind of synergy between System of a Down and the Reagan Watkins band, dude.
They're a good band, dude. I'm tired of people shitting on System of a Down.
The
dude.
vocals of the lead singer, I'm not so much on, is that the guitarist?
Yeah,
too?
John is the John Dolomaya.
Yeah, I don't, so the lead singer, like that guy.
He's great.
Incredible vocals.
Yeah, I kind of grew to love the guitar player, but I like those like annoying like.
Well, it's super unique at least.
Yeah, I like
which
that.
I appreciate somebody who has any kind of.
Everybody's going
To the party,
have a real good time.
What's on your playlist right now, like in your car? Like what bands are you listening to?
Oh, dude, I'm listening. I've been really into this band called Ghost from Sweden.
Yeah?
They're like they're kind of like pop meets metal. Like the singer is like a pope, like dresses like a pope with a skeleton face, and the band's like they all wear masks. The rest of the bands, they call them the Nameless Ghouls, and they play this kind of like satanic, like kind of pop rock. It's real weird, but but that's like kind of all I've been listening to lately.
Dude, I was going to save this question for a later segment, but I got to bring it up now because you mentioned Sweden. That's so funny.
Cool.
This is from @Mr. Timar, Timar on Instagram. Joelberg, do you ever think about things like there's probably some random dude far away in a place like Sweden looking forward to my jokes on Kill Tony every week? This question is from a random dude in Sweden who looks forward to a new episode of Kill Tony and
Wow.
Jeremiah Wonders every week. Anyway, we love you all here in Scandinavia, and also, we don't live in igloos next to polar bears, and yes, we smoke weed.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Dude, I'm just fucking blown away. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I can't believe it, dude. I get people, some guy hit me up from Auckland. Some dude was in Chile. Like, no, I guess if I thought about it too much, it would like freeze me up and I'd be kind of nervous about it. But I'm just happy you guys care, man. And I love the support. I want to just keep like being funny and hope you guys like it.
I think we're getting a call from Mr. Tamar from Sweden right now.
Really? Hello?
Hello, Joel.
Hi, Tamar. Thanks for the question. That was really
I'm a big fan of yours.
Dude, that's great. I love it.
The biggest fan there is.
Wow, man. That's so cool. How do you usually watch Kill Tony or listen to it?
I got it on the VHS tape.
Whoa, VHS. I didn't even know.
We just got VHS tape in Sweden.
Man, well, I mean, fuck. However you get it, I'm glad you're listening.
Yeah, sometime on the holiday we get laser disc.
Okay, yeah.
Redan sends us hard copy laser discs
Oh,
in the mail.
I think I remember him saying
Yes.
that. Yeah. Okay, cool. And how do you? This is like a hack question to ask someone from Sweden,
Of course, what do you have to say to me?
well, how do you what are the IKEAs like out there in Sweden?
You just broke the cardinal rule. We hate talking about IKEA.
Oh, no. I hope you still like me after that. I don't want to upset
Just
you.
because my father and my uncle and my cousin and my mother have stock in IKEA and maybe work at IKEA does not mean we're all about IKEA.
Well,
What do you want to know next? About that Swedish meatballs? Is that what you want to know, Joel?
Actually, yeah, that was my next question.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's quite good, actually.
Okay, well, good. I'm sorry. I've never met someone actually. Well, I might have, but not that I remember somebody from Sweden. I just wanted to know. It's great.
So Joel, as a fan of the show, I was very curious what you said you're listening to bands in Sweden right now. Is there a favorite band of yours that you like to play along to, like solo wise or drum wise or anything like that?
No Swedish bands. I'm sorry.
No Sweden. I'm saying
just in general.
like American bands, punk bands, rock bands. Is there any songs that you really like following along to on the drums?
Yeah. I grew up playing to this band called Pennywise. I would just play their albums in my headphones and play along to them. So probably that.
We lost Mr. Timar, but that's very interesting. I had a lot of buddies that were like really into Pennywise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my favorite bands are from, a lot of my favorite bands are from Hermosa Beach. And so Pennywise was like just kind of a natural. They're from there. Black Flag is from there. The Descendants are from there.
They're all from Hermosa Beach area?
Beach, yeah.
I wonder why you happen to like all those bands from that area. Is it a specific sound?
Yeah, it's kind of like California, like, I don't know. It's weird. It was punk, but it was different. When I was in middle school, a lot of my friends were into like hardcore, like street punk stuff. And I was into skating kind of. So I just kind of gravitated towards those bands where we're from places where surfing and skateboarding was like a big thing, So I just kind of, I don't know. I kind of separated myself from them while still kind of being part of the punk thing.
Yeah, so you consider yourself more of a skater than like an actual like punk?
No, I think I guess they both kind of, you know what it was is like when I was in middle school, the lines were really clearly drawn, and if you weren't like this, then you weren't that. So I was definitely a punk, but I like to just be my own type of punk.
What kind of stuff did you wear in high school?
That's the thing. So my friends would wear like the tight pants with like, leopard and like the studded jackets and stuff. And I was just wearing more like Vans and t-shirts and Dickies or whatever and skateboarding. Sometimes if I really wanted to punk it up, I'd do my hair and I had a mohawk and I have a jacket.
You had a mohawk?
Yeah. I'll send you a photo.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I went through all kinds of phases.
I think we're gonna a phone call right now. I think Mohawk Joel is calling in.
What's up, dude?
Hey, wow, dude, this is a truly a blast from the past. Thank you so much for calling in Jeremiah Wonders.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I mean, fucking anything for the scene, dude.
Yeah, what kind of gnar are you shredding lately, Mohawk Joel?
I mean, dude, like whatever, dude. I wake up, I open my door, I just jump on my board, dude, and wherever that takes me, dude, is like that's where I end up, dude.
What's like the coolest trick that you have ever done?
Probably front 360 early grab, dude, right out of the half pipe, dude.
Whoa, that's actually a really impressive trick.
Yeah, I know.
So, Mohawk Joel, do you not care what other people think about you? Are you kind of
fuck people, dude? Fuck all that. That's just the government trying to control us, dude. I'm not a sheep.
Can you name the 3 branches of government, Mohawk
dude.
Joel?
Yeah. You said 3 branches of government?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not really into trees, dude, but I know like George Bush.
Okay, that's one of them.
George Bush is a branch for sure.
Okay, that's one of the branches, yeah.
I mean, I'm not really into like politics or anything. I know I don't like them, so I don't know much.
Okay, so George Bush is one. You don't like politics. That's the second one. Is there a third one out there?
The third branch of the things I don't like. Well, the third branch, dude, is probably Parliament.
Right, like Parliament lights, like the cigarettes.
Nah, I smoke those. I mean, like the room of like dudes. Like the room of dudes parliament.
Oh, okay. Well, did you smoke? Are you smoking currently right now?
Like
cigarettes or weed, Mohawk Joel?
Dude, I do it all, dude. I'm just a dumpster, dude. Whatever. If you want to mail it to my house, dude, send me whatever, dude.
Dude, I have a friend named Massimo. I think that's it's actually a shirt that he wears. That it reads "I'm a dumpster."
Dude, where can I find that, first of all? And second of all, yes.
Oh, I think we just lost Mohawk Joel.
Yeah, that was a blast from the past.
He seemed pretty
weird.
intense. It was kind of cool that he called in.
Yeah, it seems like he's just like getting ready to go into like a mosh pit tonight or something. But
what kind of bands, like for concerts, would you used to go to as like whenever you had a mohawk?
Yeah, damn, dude, I used to go to Warped Tour like a lot.
Yeah, that's all. Do you remember some of the acts that were playing whenever you were there?
I saw like Rancid, Bad Religion. Who else was there, man? Dude, oh my god. I don't know. I went to a few. There were even like weird bands that were like on Warped Tour for no, like Alien Ant Farm and like 311 were on one year. But I was just into like music and like running around and.
Dude, so whenever I was working morning radio back in Kansas City, like this was like right after high school. Whenever I was like first year of college, I went to Warped Tour, and we were supposed to interview Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, wow.
And
that sounds awful, first of all. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Well, this is what they prepped us with right before we go in, because I had a camcorder. I was going to be like the videographer, because I was like doing a lot of video stuff for them. And they go, okay. Like they told our point person, they're like, okay.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Don't ask him about Blink-182.
That was what it was. You just ask them about Angels and Airwaves and ask them like what's going on with their current projects and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't mention Blink 182 at all, and we like all of our questions were like, what the frick? Like we
Whoa.
prepped to ask them about like definitely that and like maybe some other things, but how do you not ask about like your hits, you know?
Yeah, that's fucking nobody cares about. I mean, I hated. I've grown now, but I hated like emo bands when I was in high school.
Paramore was also there the year that I was it was at Warped Tour.
Yeah,
that was
damn,
one of the
dude.
bands that I got like.
Cause I got it where I want it now.
Whoa, it's Paramore. They just patched in Paramore. Hey,
That's crazy.
Hey, Paramore. Did,
No, it's not enough fucking you need. You get it all the way for me now.
Paramore. Was there anything
God,
else?
it feels so good. Cause I got it where I want it right now. And it's gonna feel so good. It's gonna just feel so.
It just feels so good. I think the girl and the guy called in at the same time. That was weird.
Dude, fuck.
How did they patch in? I didn't even hear a ring. I think that they just like they patched in and they just because there was like did you hear that echo that was in the background? It was like that
I think
reverb.
it was, honestly,
They like hacked the podcast for a second.
well, punk rock Joel was into he was into like splicing cables and pirate radio and stuff like
Do you
that.
think he has something to do with that?
I think so. Yeah, I would say I guarantee you he had something to do with that.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
For sure.
Paramore. That's a band I haven't thought of in like a long time.
You're welcome. No, but yeah, I didn't like those bands. I was very like set in my ways at that age, which was dumb. But.
So what did you do after you grew out of that phase and like you like were done with like high school and stuff like that? Like what was like your next transition point?
I got a job, dude.
What kind of job did you get, dude?
I worked at Target in the warehouse.
So
In the
basically
back
you're
room.
like, I'm gonna freaking retire here, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I retired at 18. No, it was yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I started realizing like you can't just coast through life. Like you gotta, if you want something, you gotta like actually work towards it. Where when I was like in doing all that stuff, I thought I was like working on stuff, but I was really just hanging out a lot and like not doing anything with myself.
So wait, so when did you start? You said that you started skateboarding around 12.
Yeah.
When did you start drumming then?
I was 14.
You're around 14.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
My parents bought me a drum set for Christmas.
Oh, what kind of drum kit was it?
It was like a sound percussion, something like something cheap. But my poor neighbors, man, that first year, like had to listen to me. Just like my mom would bake muffins and stuff for all the neighbors, so they wouldn't call the cops.
That is
like,
so
get mad.
sweet.
Yeah. So they wouldn't complain. I would play super loud and I was
Dude,
not
that
good.
is such a cool mom move to do something like that
Yeah,
for her.
she'd dye my hair. That
supporting
was
her
the other
boy.
thing too, was like a lot of like my punk stuff was like helped by like my mom. Like she would like bleach my hair and
That's
like
so great, dude.
she was just happy that I was like, she's always like supported me with like anything.
Mom, can you add a little bit more red and bleach tips? Come on, Mom.
Mom, it doesn't look right.
Mom, you messed up the purple dye of the zigzag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And my brother's friends would like cut my mohawks and stuff, shave my head and things like that.
Dude, you were a community project,
Yeah,
Joel.
dude. Yeah, it takes a village, dude. It takes a barrio, dude.
It takes a barrio, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, that's so funny to me. Like how much. Oh, I think we're getting somebody who's calling in right now.
Hey, what's up, putos?
Oh no, I think I actually know who this is. Is this Jolia?
Actually, it's Jolina Selena Medina Jimenez.
Oh, Jolina. Now you're a favorite character on Kill Tony. Why are you taking over Jeremiah Wonder's name?
I heard the word barrio, and I'm all about the fucking barrio, so I had to call in, let you fuckers know, like, what's up,
Okay, Jolina, what's going on with you? I mean, like we're all curious because we only get to hear you a little bit. You've only, you've come on a couple episodes of Kill Tony, but I feel like the listeners really want to get to know you.
I mean, fuck, ask away, right? But make it quick, cause I'm at a lowrider show right now, and I gotta put my thong on and model in a little bit, but whatever.
Wait, you're a model? Sorry, I didn't mean to ask it like that.
I listen, white boy. All right, yeah, I'm a fucking model, I put a fucking thong on, I'm right in front of the 64, I'll be in Hall 8 at about 5 o'clock tonight.
What are you modeling?
Cars, homie.
You're a car model.
Yeah, I'm not wearing much, but like I drape myself over the hood of like lowriders, and then like firme ass vatos come and like take photos of me and
I
shit.
think I saw you in an Auto Trader magazine. Actually,
That was
was
me,
that you?
Yeah, that was me. Cover 2014, homie. I was like Woman of the Year or something.
It was
whatever.
in front of like an El Camino, right?
Yeah, they paid. Honestly, funny story. They paid me in tacos, and then I was like, "Oh, this is good." Like whatever's. But then the guy tried to get fresh with me inside the fucking El Camino, and like I don't like to admit this, but like he made me jacked him off.
What did you jacked a guy off in a Camino?
Yeah, I fucking jacked him off, and he kind of like, all right, he didn't make me. I did it like willingly, like I gave him like consent and all that. But
Did
like,
you say consent?
I gave him.
Did you just say that you gave him
Look,
consent?
that shit ain't funny, all right? Consent is very important, all
Okay,
right?
yeah, you gave him 100% consent.
Yeah, I gave him consent, but it was weird, right? Because it was like right around Crixmix, and like, so I was like, I needed.
Right around Crixmix?
Yeah, it was right around Crixmix, and like, man, I needed money for like gifts for like my kids and stuff. So I was like, all right.
Wait, you got kids?
Yeah, I know you can't tell because like I'm fine and shit.
I know
but,
your
like,
body is rocking,
Well, I still got
Jolena.
the tetas, I still keep those tetas, So like,
Well, they're very perky.
yeah, and they're also lactating. But also, enough about that. So we get into the El Camino, right? And he's fine. Like, I like his style and shit.
Okay.
Like, he's got a tattooed head and all that. And I'm like,
Does he have
damn,
any like kind of bandana he's wearing or anything like that?
Yeah, he's got it in his pocket right now because like he might have to clean up after I jacked him off. But like,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, he's a gentleman, so
Yeah.
he's prepared.
Yeah, he's a gentleman, and like, so I saw him, I was like, hey, this vato's fine, So I was like, all right. And so then he asked me, he's like, hey, you want to jacked me off? And I was like, I thought you'd never ask, And then so like, I started doing it, And then like, he came in the fucking El Camino, and like, and then fucking, and then I left. I'm not gonna help him clean it up,
That's one of the most beautiful love stories I've ever heard. Do you still talk to that guy, or is it just like a
Yeah, I
day
sent him
fling?
letters, like he's.
Like a 2:00 afternoon auto show like fling.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's like, it happens when it happens, and that's like what I always say, But like, yeah, I keep in touch with him. He's in the penitentiary right now, he's in the Pinta, but I send him letters, I draw him Tweety birds and stuff, and like send it to him,
One time you drew me a Sylvester that was it was quite accurate, and
He had
I'm
the
thinking
baggy
about
pants and everything,
with the backwards hat, the baggy pants.
That's right,
And one time, you drew me a letter. You drew me a letter that was of Marvin the Martian riding a coyote into the flames of hell. Do you remember that?
Yeah, actually, it was like, I had to look in the mirror, because it's actually the tattoo that I have on my back, but I wanted to, like...
I was wondering why it was flopped. Like, it would...
I have a lot of roles, all right? Being like a mother and all that, Like, I don't care,
You
like...
look good, Jolena.
I mean, I know that, But, like, yeah, I just wanted to, like, send you something nice, and I was like, maybe he'll remember me by, like, this tattoo, And, like, it was also near Crixmix, and I thought...
I used to have my Nana used to make Chex Mix on every Crixmix.
Yeah, Chex Mix on Crixmix is dope, But, like, honestly, I'm about to smoke a blunt right now, and also, I don't know if you could pick it up on the podcast, but I just dropped a mean fart right now, and...
Okay, well, I don't give you consent to fart on the podcast, so I think I'm gonna have to hang up, Jolena.
All right, well, I'll see all you fuckers at Kmart and like wherever, Just come by, send me Crixmix cards, whatever you want, But don't be don't be a stranger, Come by. I'll be in Hall B tomorrow at 4:30. Come see my tanga.
All right, bye, Jolena.
Wow, Jesus. I mean,
Dude.
she didn't let me get a word in.
I know. I kept wondering if she was going to let you talk, but she's a pretty strong, assertive woman. Once she gets going, like she's kind of unstoppable.
She's kind of, I mean, Matt, she's had a rough life, so like I get it. She's tough. She's overcome a lot.
Yeah. Let's get into this next segment.
Let's do it.
Pizza party.
Pizza, time for a pizza party.
Oh man. Joel and I ate some pizza before the podcast, so you wouldn't get any of those nasty chewing noises that sometimes people complain about. So I just want to ask you, Joel. Well, first off, did you like the pizza? Did you enjoy the
Oh,
pizza
I
from
love
Joe's?
it, dude. Shout out to Joe's fucking pizza. Yeah, honestly, I'm
I
not
got
just
you
saying
your
that.
own half. Those cheese because you vegetarian.
Yup, it was so good. I honestly, even if I did eat meat, I think that like a cheese slice is like a true testament of like if a place is good. If their cheese
Absolutely.
slice is good, everything else will probably be good.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't have the grease from the meat and the rest of the stuff. So if you at the base level, if you're killing it on the cheese level, yeah, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it was delicious, man. Shout out to Joe's.
Do you have a memory associated with pizza that's like, I mean, it sounds funny to say, but do you have a good memory attached to like that you can think of?
I'm honestly only good memories with
Right?
pizza. Yeah.
That's
Does
why
anybody
I like
have
asking
bad?
that question. No.
I guess if someone got like food poisoning from pizza, but
I
like,
mean, yeah, how often does that happen?
but even that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, every pizza party I went to as a kid, you remember like you just lose your mind if
Dude,
yeah.
you go crazy whenever they bring out like the stack of pizza. It didn't
Yeah.
matter from where it was from.
Yeah.
You're just like, pizza, it's happening.
Dude, I still don't care. Sometimes I crave like shitty pizza and I'll go to Little Caesars, dude.
Isn't that funny? Like sometimes, like I think it's something from childhood where because like I used to go over to friends' houses where we would play like football, like in the front yard and basketball, and we like be running around outside all day until it would go dark, where you'd see lightning bugs
for sure.
outside, and then his mom would come home or my mom would come home with like a stack of pizzas, and it was just so good.
Dude.
Oh, it must be nice that your mom came home, eh?
Oh, Jolena, how did you? I didn't even hear it ring. You just
Sorry,
patched
yeah,
back
I
into
get
the
it. You're
show.
just bragging about your parents coming home. That's right. I haven't seen my parents since I was like 4, eh?
Well,
Bye.
Okay. Wow. I feel like she didn't even give me a chance to
I'm
tell her
telling you,
that I'm here for her if she needs
She does. I don't think she needs
somebody.
us, man.
No, I think she's a little bit of a rebel without a cause right now.
she's angry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no bad memories from pizza. A lot of times when I'm at the Comedy Store, when we're leaving on a Monday night, I'll call. There's a pizza place by me that closes at 4, and so I'll call it in
4 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 in the
Oh,
morning.
heck yeah.
And they deliver it till that time too.
What?
So yeah, but it's on my way home, so I'll call it in as I'm leaving the Comedy Store. Sometimes at 2:00 in the morning, pick it up and then just eat it in my bed.
Isn't that the best?
Dude, it's so nice.
Do
It's just
you put
comforting.
it do you put it Home Alone style in your belly and open like the lid up and like one large cheese pizza just for me?
Yeah, I just put it on the bed and fucking open it up. Yeah, and just eat it. I'll share it with my girlfriend, and sometimes like she'll have like one, and it's like 8 slices, and I'll have like 6.
Wow.
I'm a glutton, dude.
Let's get into this next segment.
Sure.
Fanning out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
All right, I reached out to the Twitterverse and the Instagram universe and asked if they could ask any question to Joelberg Jimenez. What would it be? And you know what? In just like an hour and a half, we got nearly 100 questions.
Holy shit, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, a lot
That's
of people
crazy.
have been wanting to hear you on the show, so I'm
Wow.
very glad you're here today, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
So let's get into this first one. At GermDust3Moons from Twitter asks, what's on your music playlist at the moment, orally? So we kind of already covered that. But is there anything other than the Sweden bands? Is there anything that is in your truck right now that you put on just like if you have a drive, you're like, I'm gonna put on this CD,
Fuck.
or I'm gonna put on like this band. Like if I have like a downtime
a
for
long drive. I think the Clash London Calling from beginning to end is a good album.
Heck yeah.
So like because when I'm at work, I can control the music too. So, and it's like you don't want to put anything in a cafe that's like gonna alienate people. So I think that album is like a pretty good album. So I'll play that from beginning. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I consider you like a punk drummer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's
you got
what
like
I do,
that
yeah.
vibe, like
For sure.
like heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, the Clash London Calling, the Ramones Mania is a great album. I'll throw the Misfits on. I was listening to Stevie Wonder's what's the We Can Work It Out? You know that? It's a Beatles song, but I think he covers it on Signed Sealed Delivered.
Oh really? I love that song.
I really like the Stevie Wonder version too, man. It's cool.
Wow.
It's
I love the
very-
Beatles version. I think I need to look that up. The Stevie Wonder version.
I love the Beatles version when they slow down in that part where like it kind of goes into like for fussing and fighting, my friend.
Yeah,
They like
yeah.
kind of slow down. But Stevie Wonder is just kind of like a more straight through song. But man, he's good. Yeah, I like that.
I've heard of that guy. He's
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, I don't just listen to punk either. I listen to a lot of rap. I listen to I don't know. I like J. Cole. I like Kendrick Lamar. All that. Redman, Method Man.
What kind of drum kit are you currently using right now?
I got a cup. I have two. They're nothing special. One's a Mapex Venus series that was given to me that I kind of just put a lot of love into and got new heads, got all kinds of stuff. I had a guy who R.I.P. He passed away like a year or two ago, but he used to be kind of my guy. He was like kind of he would buy used things, clean them up, and kind of give them to me at like a more affordable price. So he kind of really helped me build this kit that I had. I kind of inherited a few things after he passed away. His daughter like called me. I got a really nice snare drum from him. The pedal that I'm using right now was also his. And then for Kill Tony, I built like a small kit. I have like it was a Pearl 16-inch floor tom that I bought a converter kit for and turned into a bass drum. And I have a little piccolo snare because I got tired of carrying around like a giant kit for the show.
Dude, it's hard to carry like lug stuff around all the time. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to send Joel some new drum stuff, show some Kill Tony support, man.
Dude, message me, dude. I'll be
Joel.
all over
He'll
that.
be
dude.
happy to. We're looking for a drum sponsor for Joel.
That's right. I'll do endorsements, whatever.
Heck yeah,
I'll
dude.
wear your shirt on Instagram.
So this is from @ZachZeta. What's your favorite Kill Tony moment? Which that is a hard one.
Yeah.
And you can name a couple if you can't narrow it down to
Few.
one. Yeah.
One first time I put the sock on my dick and did a drum battle and won in front of Russell Peters and Joe Rogan. That was amazing.
That was huge.
I was so afraid when it started happening. I was like, we were almost out of there. He was like the last guy.
Yep.
And I was ready to just kind of hang out and then that happened and something in me just was like I had to just go nuts on him. Second, you being fat. You gained like fucking 30 pounds. When I saw the number on the scale, I like dropped to my knees. It was great. Dude, last week, Levi getting his first kiss was amazing.
Man, I wish I would have been there for that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No,
I
all
forgot
good.
you
No,
were-
I heard it was amazing. Yeah, me and Big J Okerson had to go down to the goddamn comedy jam down the street at the Roxy. So
There's so many, man. A lot of my favorite moments are one-liners that sometimes don't get caught because the show just moves so quickly.
The best is when somebody will message you about one that you're like,
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody heard this in the audience,
Yes.
but like we forget how many people it goes out to.
And I'm like, thank you. Somebody caught it. Yeah, I get those every now and then.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
That feels so good.
Getting a mic also on the 200th episode was a big move. 'cause
Promotion.
It legitimized me as like a part of the show and stuff, man. I'm
And
so grateful
so
for
you've
that.
had your own mic for the last 40 weeks?
Something like that. Were we at like 240 now? or
Yeah, we're
something?
in the 240s, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
almost a year of you having a mic.
Yeah. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but what used to happen was when I didn't have a mic, I would like tell Pat jokes. And sometimes they wouldn't work because he wasn't like saying them maybe from my voice or something.
Or the timing. It's so time sensitive.
So one time I gave him one and he's like, you should say it. And I got up, said it, and that kind of just started the ball rolling anyway.
Yeah.
So here we are, fucking couple of like a year and 9-10 months later.
Heck yeah, dude. @Breed954, what inspires you daily? What drives you to keep going when you suffer setbacks?
Damn. Love for stand-up. I really love it. It's been my favorite thing that I've ever done. My family, friends, like all my friends. I've just always wanted to have friends that are equally pursuing something. Like anytime I was in a band or something, I always felt like I was the most dedicated member.
That's always the worst feeling.
Yeah, and now I'm around friends that are all like their own designated like stories and all kind of doing stuff. I just feel happy to be around so many like creative people. So my friends, my family, and just love for stand up, man. It's like it's just
having
like,
something that you're passionate about that you can look forward to.
Yeah,
at the
even
end
when
of the day.
stand up's hard, like you'll have bad sets and you got to kind of like push through those things and just keep working. But that's it. I think it's important to have friends and family around you too to kind of reset. life can be crazy. Like I'll leave the Comedy Store, which is like a frenetic, like insane, energetic place. Like it buzzes, you know, when you're there, and it's really great. But it's really nice to come home and kind of like recenter myself and like be, you know, with my girlfriend or my family and kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, for me, like having a wife and you having a girlfriend, I feel like that helps a lot, like tremendously. Having just somebody who doesn't have anything to do with the industry,
absolutely,
that you can just talk to and chill out with, and
reset.
They get it, and you know, you get it. Yeah, you get a reset together.
Otherwise, you just kind of live in that place. So that doesn't seem. It seems hard. But for my own personality, I don't think I could just like live in that thing. I like to reset.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is from @sessions22 on Instagram. What character was your least favorite or you hated dressing up as?
Oh, man.
Has there been one that you're like, oh, man, I just did not like doing that one?
Fuck.
I have one that comes to mind instantly whenever I think of it because I don't like my performance because I felt like we never clicked.
Okay.
And I was like, we were chefs one night.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like
a
a Jamaican chef and we were all different chefs and none of them gelled.
Yeah.
I hated that episode.
It's a weird formula. What works, what doesn't.
It's very weird.
Stuff that didn't. I don't know. More stuff. When the mask was really cool on Halloween, the animal mask that I made when we were the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
But I realized like how important like eye contact and stuff like that
huge.
is. And I couldn't really see well. So that was like harder.
Yeah, I was Miss Piggy. Pat was Kermit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
You're
No,
Animal.
I mean, they're all so fun, man. I have such a good time on Mondays. So I don't know. I'll think about it.
Well, at Crow for show, when are you going to come out with your own line of Joelberg cock socks?
Oh my God, I haven't thought about that.
Talk to Wee Man. He has his own socks.
That's right. Wee Man, if you're listening to this, let's link up.
Let's set something up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Make some Joelberg socks.
Yeah, only one size fits some.
Hello. This next question comes from @Johnny_McFly. How many Joelberg chants will it take for you to be satisfied?
Oh man.
Is it an unquenchable thirst?
No, dude, I'm fucking satisfied. You know what becomes hard is like chasing that and wanting to drop those jokes that get that chant. And when it doesn't, it's so sometimes it's hard when you'll do one that kind of bombs and one guy in the background will clap and be like, Joel, and nobody fucking joins
And you're like,
in.
oh no.
You're like, oh no, not now. Stop
It's funny. You and Pat have tried at different times to get chants started for me, and I'm like, no, I don't want that. That's Joel's thing.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, like I'm like I'll live in other moments. Like I like you having your own chant thing.
So
you know?
weird, man. It's cool because it did happen kind of organically. Like I didn't.
Oh, it's
force it
super
or anything.
organic.
Very grateful.
This is an interesting question. This is from @Alden_K on Instagram. Why did you drop out of high school?
Whoa.
Out of nowhere.
How the fuck does he know that? Where did I maybe
the internet?
say it
You
on
probably said it on another podcast.
What a trip. I hated school from like my first day in kindergarten. I knew I hated it. I didn't like, this is like punk Joel, but like being like, I didn't like the system of like grading. And I thought that like I was a lot smarter than like, not smarter, but I knew there was more to life than like just like reading these like very rigid like things. And my mom, when I was growing up, my mom worked at the LA Zoo. And so I was always at the zoo a lot learning. We had memberships to like all the museums and library cards. And my mom really like stressed like learning for myself. And so I was just kind of like, I don't need to be in this system to like learn, I guess. That's my rant.
So how old were you and what were your parents supportive of your decision?
I was 17 and my dad kind of just works a lot. So I don't know if he was really, he's a great dude, but I think he was just kind of like trying to provide type of thing. My mom kind of knew how I struggled like in school and stuff like that. It wasn't like a great time for me in school, but also probably felt that like I had a good head on my shoulders. And I left at like 17, so I maybe had a few months that I really had to worry about anything, so once I turned 18, I got a job, and then
I think Joel's mom is calling in right
Hello, is Joel there?
Hi, Mom. Where's the accent coming from?
Mijo.
Whoa.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Do you think that the hair dye I gave you affected your brain?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it affected yours too, because I'd never heard you speak with this accent.
Well,
You're from.
I just used a whole bottle of hair dye. Let me air it out for a second, okay?
Okay.
1 second.
Okay, sure.
Joel, this is your mother.
Oh my God, Mom, I was fucking worried about you.
Sorry, I was just watching a telenovela. I can't
Oh, my
believe that
God.
some Hispanic women actually talk like that. Anyway, so do you think the hair dye has something, because it affected me, so I don't know if it affected my baby Joel.
Yeah, I think I'm balding because of all the bleach that I put in my hair.
Do you think that's
I,
a
yeah,
thing?
yeah, I think so. That and like hairspray. I used to put Elmer's glue in my hair, anything to like keep it up. Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Could you explain what,
No,
what
nothing,
you
Mom.
just
No,
did?
no big deal. It was just no big deal.
Okay, well, me and your father are really proud of you.
Thanks.
Really like what you're doing on Kill Tony recently,
Cool.
and also heard that you're drumming on the upcoming Reagan and Watkins album. That's really exciting.
Yeah. I want to just thank you for supporting like what I do, Mom. It's very nice of you. It's very cool. Happy to have like a good home base.
Oh, I see what you did there. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye, Mom.
She seems like a really sweet lady.
Yeah, she's real sweet. That was that accent thing. I'm like,
It kind of threw you off, didn't
well,
it?
I was like, are they is like her and my dad like role playing or something? Like, what is she's? I've never heard.
Well, she
that.
mentioned that she was just watching telenovelas.
She does watch those. Yeah, she loves really sad TV shows. Actually,
I think maybe she just got stuck in that rhythm, you know?
Yeah,
of just
she's
like
like-
watching it, and then
yeah,
she started
watching
like
it.
talking. It's like somebody is like, if you're hanging out with a friend who has an accent for a while, you kind of start mimicking
for
them
sure.
slowly.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever. It happens to the best of us.
I actually did that. I had a buddy who his parents were British. I stayed the night at his house in high school.
One night. The next morning, you wake up, you're like, hello.
Dude, I hung out with him literally all day because we had soccer practice.
Football.
And then football, exactly. And then I spent the night, and then we spent like the rest of the day hanging out, and we were talking to his British parents, and his accent slowly started coming out, and I called my mom, and my mom's like, Bubby, what's going on? Why do you sound weird? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Like I subconsciously, she's like, are you talking with an accent right now? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. Am I?
Sorry, I gotta go
Sorry,
play footy
I've gotta go
and
play
eat some
footy
fish and chips.
Yeah, Mum.
Wow, this was in Oklahoma?
In Kansas.
Kansas. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. But
Close enough.
Yeah. There's
Chris
British people. and-
Chroma Chris is from Oklahoma. That's where
it.
you're
That's
getting
why,
Oklahoma from. Yeah.
There's British people in Kansas.
Not many. Not
Wow.
not unless we have anything to do with it. I gotta get them.
That's right.
Come on, get them red coats and stuff out of there.
Dude, I
Blue
remember
coats, red
finding
coats.
out
I don't
they
know
were-
what kind of coat they are, but get them out of here, okay, man?
I remember finding out there were Mexicans in Chicago and being like, wait, what? We made it there too?
We made it,
I need to buy a map. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped out, is what I'm saying.
dude. I don't know the 50 states.
Yeah, I can say that.
Like, let me rephrase that. That's such a bold statement. I don't know the 50 states,
No, dude, own it, dude.
I cannot name all the capitals of the 50 states.
Okay. Can you name all the 50 states?
No.
I can do them.
Do you have like a
It's a
what's
song.
It
It's
called?
that
A tell,
stupid
or do
song.
like a is it?
It was like this fucking song, like the
Okay.
yeah.
And now presenting Joel Jimenez singing the state song.
The United States, the United States. I love my country, the United States. There's Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, and Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, and Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North and South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, Wyoming, the United States, the United States. I love my country, the United States. What if I got deported mid-song?
Nobody knows all those. He's definitely
It's a front.
He's one of them spies. Dude, that's so funny. Joel went into he literally closed his eyes and went into this dark place of where he had to conjure all those states, and he just freaking killed it, dude. That's so funny. I couldn't do that. This is what kills me about that song. No rhyme scheme. Just I get that it's alphabetical. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But how, if you're going to teach me that song right now, that's a tough one.
They taught us in school. I
How
don't
many
know how
times did you? Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sure we read it, like looking at it on paper, and then also, I don't know, singing it.
Remix.
Yeah.
Yo.
Actually, I didn't say they only taught me. All the other kids, all the white kids didn't have to sing it. They wanted to make sure I was integrated.
We got Alabama, Arkansas,
California, Colorado.
Delaware.
Delaware.
Yo, this the remix. We the best. Is DJ Khaled calling in right now?
We the best country.
Wow, DJ Khaled, I didn't know that you were such a patriot.
That's right. I got all this jewelry right here. Don't play yourself.
Do you have any new songs coming out? I mean, we just heard your hit remix of the United States of America song.
You know, we the best, man. Be on the lookout. Don't play yourself. I got the best sneaker collection of anywhere. I'm a be in the pool right now, and just don't play yourself. Remember that.
DJ Khaled, just look at me for 1 second, and can you acknowledge that sometimes you're not the best? Sometimes you come up a little bit short.
I mean, I hear you and all that corny shit, but we the best.
DJ Khaled, it's okay. I know that you always want to be on top. I know that you want to put on this front. And so you don't have to cry, but you can. Oh, he's crying. He's crying. DJ Khaled, just look at me and sometimes say that together we want to be the best, but sometimes we strive and sometimes we fail. I can't understand whenever you're
Psych, that's my jet ski starting up. We the best. Peace out.
Okay, wow. I thought I was going to talk to some humanity into DJ Khaled. No, he is a cocky robot.
Dude, pretty dope. I wish I had that kind of swag.
From @SmallAloo9 on Instagram. How many people do you have to jack it off in a day to meet your quota, and who's your favorite Kill Tony guest?
I try to jack it off at least 4 a day. Usually close friends. I'm looking forward to getting this podcast over so that me and Jeremiah can have a
jacked it off session.
A jacked it off session. Favorite Kill Tony guests? Fuck. I like them all. They're all kind of cool, different dynamics. I really love. It was cool having a. I just realized I'm gonna paint myself into a corner. It was cool having Felipe Esparza on because he lived in my neighborhood for a while.
Like in Frogtown, right?
Yeah, in Frogtown. Yeah, and he's talked about it like on his podcast. That was cool. I remember like asking him about it on the show. I said, if you could say one word about your time in Frogtown, what would it be? And he said crack. And and I knew, I kind of like, I had talked to Pat about it. I'm like, I think he's going to say crack. And he did it. So that felt really, I felt like I kind of set it up and executed it well.
That's a good feeling.
I love Ian Edwards. He's great. Everybody's cool, man. It's I like Greg Fitzsimmons. I don't want to start naming people because then I'm gonna forget everyone. Dom is great. Fuck yeah. I've it's been a real treat and like a trip meeting these people and like getting like Jedi level advice, as Tony would say it.
You're getting Jedi level advice.
Oh wow, Tony. Again, didn't hear a ring, but you just called in. How you doing, Tony?
Hi, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe, one of the best up and coming, rising, greatest comedians in the world.
You know what's funny? You call into the show quite a bit, and sometimes Jeremiah knows you're calling, and then other times he doesn't.
Well, he's becoming a sniper. He's just a cold-blooded assassin, and I believe that anything is possible. I've trained him in the ways of the pony, and of course he knows when a call is coming from one of the best up-and-coming, yes, greatest comedians ever.
Have you been hanging out with DJ Khaled?
Yes, actually, we are the best, and
We just lost Tony. I think he had a stroke. He was mid thought, and then he literally just froze up.
That was great. Nice to hear from him, though.
Yeah,
it's good.
All right, here's the final question. It's from @MissyXMartinez. Is there an inspiration or specific person you modeled your Chola impression after?
Oh, that's funny. It's just an amalgamation of girls I've like either known or seen, like family or people I've known from the neighborhood or whatever. I think it works because I know that girl. Like, it's just a mix of like, it's just a mix. Yeah, of people I've met along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family, friends, people in high school.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love putting real life people, loosely basing them and putting them into characters. That's what like grounds them, makes them like real, and you're like, oh, I know this person.
And you can keep like you
it's
tend
such
to
a
hit,
well.
Yeah, you tend to hit less like blank spots because you're kind of just talking. They're talking through you, kind of. Yeah, just growing up fucking Mexican, I guess.
Heck yeah, dude.
That's it. So if you want to do a good Chola, just grow up Mexican.
Perfect.
Anything
do years of research. Anything is possible. The more you know. Well, this concludes Fanning Out.
Fanning Out. Questions from fans.
All right. Yeah. When did you know that you wanted to do stand up?
Like 6 years ago, man. I always loved it. I thought it was impossible. And
even being from LA?
Yeah, dude, I didn't even know anything about the comedy scene. I grew up watching like Carlin and Comedy Central Presents, and I was like, this is like superhuman, this skill. And so I thought like, I'll never be able to do that. And somehow got into theater, and through that met a guy who got me into improv, and then doing improv, I was like, oh, things I say are funny, so maybe this is possible. Then I wrote for like 3 months. I went to my first open mic.
Where were you doing improv at?
It's a place called Casa 101 in Boyle Heights. My buddy Anthony was working backstage at a play I was doing.
I just thought of like this all Latino like improv group was like, hey, could we get a suggestion, fool?
I mean, there was some of that.
Well, you said Boyle Heights. You said Boyle Heights, and you said Casa. Yeah,
yeah, anyway. Casa 101. It's like a really famous like community theater place
That's awesome.
In East LA. But I met this guy. He was working stage crew on this play I was doing at the time, and he said he knew this guy who was teaching an improv class. So basically, the teacher had gone to UCB, Second City, Groundlings, and gone as far as he could in all of those things, and he basically taught a free class based off his notes. And so we did a bunch of classes, and then had a show at the end of the class. And I did 101, and then like a more advanced one after.
Wow.
So yeah, it was cool. I did it for free.
Who were some of the comics that you grew up like watching or listening to, where you're just like blown away? We're like, wow, these
George
guys.
Carlin, Chris Rock, Richard Pryor, Mitch Hedberg, all the like Comedy Central Presents were like, I just didn't know. It seemed like a freakish skill to like. First, I think I thought they were just making it up too, like off the top of their head.
That's what a lot of people think about stand-up if they don't watch it, because there was clubs like the Improv or the Improvisation where it kind of looked like they were just going up there, and that's what good stand-up looks like. Is that they're just like thinking of it, and they're like venting about, it's really been frustrating me lately, like that kind of setup where people are like, oh wow, this person is just like. They're just like coming up with this off the top, and they're like, well,
for sure.
it's a lot more that goes into it, but that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah, that's it. Six years ago. I've been doing it for a bit now. Not as long as others. I know it's like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, but dude, it's really cool to see where you've gone. Just like even like just being friends with you over the years of seeing like just like a couple years ago where you didn't have a mic, you're running up to the mic and starting like sometimes it would hit, sometimes it wouldn't.
Yeah.
You having a mic on Kill Tony, you being a huge part of it, being a part of the show that people really look forward to.
Mhm.
And it makes me raise my game too, because it's like whenever you're throwing out great stuff, it's like, oh wow, like the next thing that I have to say has to be
Whoa.
somewhere at that level, you know?
That's how I feel about you. That's funny, man. Because I think like when you'll do something, I'm like, damn, I gotta step it up. I never thought of anybody else's like mental process throughout the show.
It definitely goes all the way around, because like whenever we're all working, it's kind of like a Harlem Globetrotters thing where we're passing the ball, or we're waiting or expecting the next person to shoot or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, or you know, we don't know who's has the game ball at that moment,
sure.
but we're like waiting on it. It's like, oh, whenever the game ball comes to me, I got to make this next shot,
Yeah.
because I might not get another opportunity to do anything with it for a
You know
little
what's
bit.
cool? What I've learned too recently is like learning. It used to really hurt if a joke didn't work on Kill Tony when I was new, because I wanted everything to be like.
Also, I feel like we develop really thick skin because Tony and Red Band, they're brutal if you mess up pretty bad. You know what I mean?
You got to
Which
take
is,
it.
it's in a good way, where it's
Yeah.
like a good learning curve where you're like, frick, I got to choose my moments more.
For sure.
Because like Red Band, I used to get so mad whenever he'd play the sound effects and
Yeah.
stuff against me.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like, a wah, wah. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what the frick? We're on the same team. But
For
it,
sure.
it made me stronger, because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. I hate that.
I think it's also what people don't realize is we're all trying to survive up there. Like it's kind of, we're all a team, but also by any means necessary for the show to be a success.
Yeah,
So,
so
if I
sometimes
fail, they gotta
we cut each
acknowledge
other.
it.
We cut each other down. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to acknowledge like, oh, that didn't
Yeah.
go well. So yeah, it's hard whenever you like you're part of that, or you see a buddy where you're like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna. Yeah. That's you're always hoping that your friends do well on the show.
Oh heck yeah.
But you know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Most of them have.
some of my favorite moments are when jokes don't go well, either from myself or from my boy Patty Reagan
Yeah.
or you. Like,
Yeah.
it kills me sometimes whenever I'm like, oh, I see how that's funny, or I see where they're coming from because I know you guys, and it gets nothing. And same with me. I'm like, I'll look around and you guys are dying laughing whenever one of my jokes bomb, because I really just threw it out there and
For sure.
it didn't stick like at all. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, great.
For sure.
So fun,
It hurts
dude.
less now. It still sucks sometimes, but now I'm less scared to have a joke that goes
Well, because you
wrong.
know that a good one's around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've seen almost every guest and everyone have those type of jokes.
Oh, for
you know?
sure.
So
This brings us to our final segment, Sax Talk. Oh, Sax Talk. Now, Joel is going to tell a story of a sexual encounter, and I'm going to play some sweet, sweet saxophone underneath.
it all began when I was 12 years old. Discovering masturbation for the first times. I say times because I had tried it a couple times, but never finished. I was basically just rubbing on it, and that's it. Just feeling slick. And this one time was different. I was like, today's the day. I had heard talk about the amazing benefits of finishing. And so I went to my bathroom and got a bunch of Vaseline and put some on my body in various places. Put some on my nipples. Put a little bit between my cheeks like a credit card. I think I just wanted to feel slippery, you know? thought slippery felt sexy as a 12-year-old. I was like, and just started jerking it. And right when I was like, this is it. We're gonna finish this time. Got close to the feeling, you start feeling it bubble up. Started bubbling up real good. And it was so intense when I finally climaxed that I thought I broke something. And I honestly remember thinking, oh no, I have gone too far. And I think my mom heard me maybe make some sort of scared noise, and she was like, Joel, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm just going to take a shower. And then after that, it was on like Donkey Kong. And the next time my parents left the house, I was like, it's masturbation time. And I've been chasing that first feeling ever since.
Did you really put Vaseline everywhere?
Yeah, memories are weird. I don't know if it's like an amalgamation of thoughts, but I do remember like I wanted to feel like I remember like just as a 12-year-old being like, what is sexy? What does sexy feel like? And like just like not knowing and like I don't know, just like figuring out my body, I guess, and like wanting to feel whatever like horniness felt like, I guess. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I was like, oh yeah, like this is...
That's so funny that you're like, slippery is sexy or smooth is sexy.
Yeah.
I wonder if something in media, you know what I mean? Like something was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the first things I would like. Back then it was just like your memory or like thoughts. I didn't have like any magazines.
Dude, the Spank Bank was strong and open
the
24/7.
Strong with this one.
The Spank Bank is strong with this one.
But yeah, so I just thought, I don't know, I put
the power of the Spank Bank.
Exactly. I think we know like or is it erogenous zones? We know like the things on us that like
who is your teen heartthrob, or who is the girl that was your go-to in the Spank Bank whenever you were a teenager?
Dude, I don't remember.
Do you want to know mine? My list?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. I used to have this binder.
Binders full of women.
It was a binder full of cutouts.
Wow.
From my sister's 17 magazine.
Wow.
And different places. And it was such a creepy way of keeping a collection. And they were all fully clothed.
Yeah,
or in
for
like
sure.
bikinis
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something. And because I didn't start jerking off until I was like 17 and a half.
Uh-huh.
So I was very innocent.
Wow.
So I had this binder, and so this is who was in the binder. It was literally like a hidden. It was like hidden underneath my bed,
no.
and I would take it to the bathroom.
It would be like
it'd be
your heart would
detrimental.
sink.
Detrimental. Yeah. But it was Mandy Moore, Jessica Simpson, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
I'm starting to see a type.
Yeah, right. Very specific for Jeremiah,
for sure.
Kansas Jeremiah back in the day at that time. And I think maybe some Victoria's Secret models at that time or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I don't remember specifics, man. I do remember getting in trouble and having to go to the principal's office in Catholic school because I had a picture of like J-Lo on my binder. It was like a magazine cover she had done with a white like boa. And I guess because magazine covers have like words on them. It said like sex. And so they caught me with this and they took me to the principal's office and they made me cry in front of my mom. And I was like, that like kind of fucked me up. Now I'm like, she wasn't naked. It was like kind of just a natural thing for a 12-year-old boy to be into.
I had a calendar of Marvel characters on my wall.
Yeah.
And I flipped to like the May month, and it was the Black Cat character from
Okay.
Spider-Man, which is a busty, like a very busty woman in this like black outfit with like a Zorro kind of mask
Yeah.
and like white hair. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, my dad ripped up that picture and was
Wow.
like, "Get this off! I don't want this trash in my house." And I was
Impure
like,
thoughts, dude.
"Wow, okay, well,
Yeah.
this is definitely not causing me to be healthy."
Yeah,
You know
now
what I
that I
mean?
look back, I'm like, man, the principal and my mom like kind of just shaming me for this thing. Like it was
You're
kind
like a
of
different way to handle it. There's different ways.
And I look back now and I'm like, it was pretty mild. No, it wasn't porn. There were kids bringing fucking porn to school in their backpacks, and I was like, just like had a fucking whatever. Yeah.
I think Jolena is calling back in.
Hey, what's up, fool?
So, Jolena, when you jacked guys off, do they ever say I've gone too far?
Yeah, but usually, like, it's because they're married and, like, they're worried, like, their wives might find out, eh? Like, they definitely crossed that line, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm not a fucking rat, eh? And, like...
But you're okay with being that woman, the other woman?
Yeah, it's called Sancha, first of all. I'm alright being a Sancha, alright? It's like, fuck them, eh? We don't love them hoes, and hoes are men also.
All right, Jolena, thanks for calling back in.
That's right, eh? Peace.
Joel, thank you so much for coming on the show, buddy. Is there anything that you want to plug coming up or anything like that?
We're going to Phoenix soon. I don't know when this probably won't be out before that, but
this will be out right after Phoenix.
Okay, cool. Just Kill Tony and follow me on Instagram, man. I'm mostly sorry. That's probably my most active. I'm on Twitter at the same thing. I really appreciate you guys caring about anything I do. So I'm really happy to have the support of everybody that's like listens to us every week. And yeah, that's it, man. I'm just really grateful. But follow me. I put everything up on my Instagram. So if you're interested.
Yeah, and Joel's involved in a lot of cool projects right now. There's like there's some Baby Boys tracks that are coming out soon. There's gonna be the Reagan and Watkins album that there's that Joel's playing on coming up.
Yeah, Pat Reagan and the Baby Boys on Spotify. I don't think a lot of people know that I play drums on that. It's a full band record. So if you go to Spotify or YouTube, just put Pat Reagan and the Baby Boys. That's me playing drums.
Yeah, and you'll have heard at least one of the songs in the intro. So there
Hell
you
yeah,
go,
dude.
Love you, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Love you too, man. Thank you for having me.